What if one small change could unlock more joy and fulfillment than you've ever imagined? Gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a powerful force that can transform your entire life from the inside out. Imagine a world where thankfulness becomes a habit, sending positive ripples into every corner of your day, your relationships, and your dreams. In this book, you'll discover how cultivating a gratitude practice doesn't just expand happiness, it amplifies and sustains it, bringing light to even the toughest moments. Ready to see just how far the simple act of appreciation can take you? Gratitude's Ripple Effect, How It Expands Happiness in Life, written and published by Intentional Prosperity. Chapter 1. Planting Seeds of Gratitude. Have you ever wondered how some people seem to radiate positivity, no matter what life throws at them? Picture waking up each morning already feeling a quiet sense of happiness that lingers even when the day isn't perfect. It might sound almost magical, but what if the secret isn't luck or circumstance? What if it's something you can nurture and grow on purpose? Imagine having the power to shape your day, your feelings, and even your whole life simply by starting with a grateful heart. This concept isn't just inspiring. It's within reach for anyone who's willing to start with just a single intentional step. Yet, many of us find ourselves overwhelmed by the steady drumbeat of daily pressures. It's easy to slip into patterns of comparison, frustration, and disappointment, especially in a world that moves so fast and often focuses on what is missing rather than what's already present. Maybe you notice your mind racing to fix problems, or your mood sinking when something small doesn't go your way. Perhaps life feels more like a series of hurdles than a path filled with small, hidden joys. Even good days can quickly blur into the background when we're focused on the next goal, the next challenge, or the never-ending to-do list. The result? Happiness becomes something fleeting, rarely enjoyed in the present moment. That's because we've been conditioned to look for big, dramatic changes as the answer to lasting satisfaction. Countless people chase after accomplishments, possessions, or the approval of others, all looking for the magic formula to feel happier. When these things don't deliver the joy they promised, disappointment quietly seeps in, and life's smaller moments pass by unnoticed. It's easy to forget that happiness often isn't about changing everything at once or achieving something remarkable. Instead, it's grounded in noticing what we have, even in the middle of our struggles, and letting appreciation take root in our ordinary moments. The solution lies in planting the very first seeds of gratitude. It starts with a simple shift in attention, a decision to look for what is good, valuable, or meaningful right where you are. This practice doesn't require an overhaul of your life or a special set of circumstances. You can begin today with the smallest expressions of thanks for things you might have never noticed before. The warmth of sunlight, the kindness of a stranger, the comfort of your favorite place. As you make intentional space for gratitude, you give these moments permission to come alive. Over time, these seeds become roots that ground your joy and help it grow stronger, even when life feels uncertain. Understanding and embracing gratitude as a choice not only lightens your load, but begins a process of transformation. When you pause to appreciate, your perspective gently widens. Everyday frustrations lose their tight grip, and the colors of life grow brighter. It isn't about naive optimism or ignoring hard times. Rather, it's about discovering small wonders just waiting to be seen and allowing those moments to lift you up, little by little. Each expression of thanks is a seed planted in the fertile ground of your awareness. With patience and care, those seeds will grow, slowly expanding your capacity for joy, resilience, and a deep sense of meaning. Proof that even the smallest beginnings can blossom into something extraordinary. To turn the idea of planting seeds of gratitude into your daily life, begin by carving out a minute each day, preferably at the same time, to consciously pause and notice something you appreciate. This might mean keeping a simple journal by your bed, where each night you write down one thing that brought you comfort, a smile, or made your day a little easier. For example, you might recall the unexpected kindness of a friend who sent a thoughtful message, or the way your morning coffee warmed your hands as you started your tasks. Small moments like these are often overlooked, but singling them out for gratitude helps ground you in what is good, even on tough days. Another step is to communicate your gratitude out loud. You can do this by sharing a thank you with a coworker, family member, or friend whenever the opportunity arises. Maybe someone held a door open or listened patiently to your concerns. Let them know their efforts matter. When giving thanks becomes part of your conversations, you start to notice not just the big gestures, but the daily, quiet touches of support that surround you. Over time, these small acknowledgments create stronger connections and an atmosphere of shared goodwill. Imagine the ripple effect when a sincere thank you travels forward, inspiring even more kindness from person to person. Embracing gratitude also means turning inwards and showing self-compassion. On particularly challenging days, pause to recognize your own effort and resilience. Perhaps you pushed through a demanding situation or managed to keep going despite feeling tired or uncertain. Giving yourself credit in these moments is vital. It plants seeds of confidence and self-love, essential nutrients for lasting happiness. With practice, you'll find that gratitude isn't only about what's external, but also about appreciating your own journey and progress. The benefits of consistently applying these simple actions stretch farther than you might expect. As you intentionally note and express gratitude, you may notice a shift in the tone of your days. Negativity feels less dominant, and brief, joyful moments become easier to spot in the everyday rush. Over time, your memory grows more tuned to identifying blessings, and your outlook reflects an optimistic trust in the value of small beginnings. People who practice daily gratitude commonly experience less stress, improvement in their relationships, and a more resilient mindset when facing difficulties. In this way, gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practical tool for transforming your life from the inside out. To get started right now, challenge yourself to identify one thing you are grateful for every day this week. Write it down or share it with someone close to you. Let this be the first action in your gratitude practice. Notice not only how you feel in that moment, but also how the act of returning your attention to gratitude changes your overall mood. Over time, you'll see that recognizing and celebrating small joys makes each day feel more meaningful, creating room for greater peace and fulfillment. Remember that growth is a journey. Every seed counts, no matter how small. As you embark on this practice, get ready for the next chapter, where we will explore how to nurture a thankful spirit and build on the habits you're just beginning to cultivate. This next step will reveal how small daily actions can become a deeply rooted part of who you are. If you're enjoying this journey, remember to subscribe to Intentional Prosperity for more inspiration, leave a like, and share your thoughts or suggestions for how gratitude has started to shape your perspective and your days. The seeds you plant today are just the beginning. Let's grow together. Chapter 2. Nurturing a Thankful Spirit. What if the real richness in life had nothing to do with what you have, but everything to do with how you feel about what you have? Imagine waking up not just aware of the good things in your world, but having a sense of deep contentment that colors every thought, decision, and interaction. This is more than fleeting gratitude. It is a nourished, thankful spirit that stands strong even in the stormiest times. It is akin to tending a garden after planting your first seeds, where consistent care, not the initial planting, determines the bounty you will enjoy. Just as a garden depends on daily sunlight and mindful watering, the feeling of thankfulness flourishes when given regular, gentle attention. Still, so many people notice their initial efforts to practice gratitude wither away as life gets busy or dark clouds gather. Maybe you have felt a wave of appreciation while reading or listening to something uplifting, only for irritation and negativity to creep in as soon as your daily stresses resurface. It is almost as if the grateful mood is fleeting, a bright spark unable to compete against worries about bills, challenging relationships, or lingering self-doubt. The stresses of modern living often make even the loveliest moments feel fragile. As a result, cultivating lasting thankfulness, rather than just chasing after isolated glimpses of it, feels impossible. When good feelings fade, it can be easy to wonder if a truly thankful spirit is meant only for rare moments or the luckiest few. But this is where the transformative power of nurturing comes into play. Like a gardener faithfully tending to young plants, nurturing a thankful spirit is a process that involves small actions repeated with intention. The solution is to move gratitude off the page and into the rhythm of who you are, weaving it into your daily habits and outlook. It is about helping gratitude survive the bad days as well as the good, making it sturdier even as challenges continue. When you choose to pause and acknowledge the positive, even during difficult times, you create new mental and emotional patterns that make thankfulness more natural, durable, and automatic. This approach works by beginning to look for gratitude in unexpected places, and by transforming once routine acts into opportunities for mindful appreciation. This could mean pausing before a meal to give thanks, or ending each day by reflecting on at least one thing that went well, no matter how insignificant it seemed. With practice, your mind is trained to search for silver linings and moments of goodness, even in chaos. The benefits multiply. Not only do you become more resilient in the face of difficulty, but you also create countless moments of contentment in the everyday flow of life. As you nourish and protect this thankful mindset, both highs and lows gain new meaning, and gratitude becomes a wellspring from which you can always draw strength, comfort, and perspective. The more you nurture thankfulness, the more it becomes an integral, enduring part of the person you are becoming. To nurture a truly thankful spirit, it helps to turn the abstract notion of gratitude into daily rituals that keep it alive, even during tough times. One practical step is to schedule a gratitude check-in at a predictable moment each day. This could be right after waking up, or perhaps while brushing your teeth in the evening. For example, you might make it a habit to think of 3 things you're thankful for as you sip your morning drink or wind down at night. Imagine someone who starts by appreciating the cozy feeling of their blanket, the taste of the breakfast they enjoy, and the brief, quiet moment before the rush of the day begins. By repeating this simple mental exercise, gratitude becomes woven into the routine rather than left to chance. Beyond this, nurturing a thankful spirit can come alive when you turn ordinary experiences into opportunities to appreciate others. This could mean taking a few seconds to notice and acknowledge small kindnesses, like when a coworker shares helpful advice or a family member offers a listening ear. You might even try writing a quick note or sending a message to someone you appreciate, letting them know their actions made a difference. For instance, consider a friend who starts sharing brief gratitude texts with their spouse at the end of each day. The effect, over time, is a sense of partnership and renewed connection, both partners soaking in not only what went well, but also the effort and care behind it. It's important to remember that your gratitude net should be cast wide, even in the face of daily irritations or struggles. Whenever you catch yourself dwelling on what's wrong, pause to notice what is still right, no matter how basic. You might find gratitude for having a healthy meal after a long day, or for the rain that pushes you to slow down indoors. Real growth begins when you remind yourself that difficult moments can highlight just how precious the good ones are, and that both have their place in shaping a deeply thankful soul. Each act, no matter how small, adds another layer to your foundation, enabling you to handle larger setbacks with greater perspective and calm. The real transformation lies in this accumulation of mindful actions. When you nurture a spirit of thankfulness deliberately and repeatedly, you create emotional resilience, foster warmer relationships, and experience a steadier sense of well-being. Small troubles become less overwhelming, and simple joys shine brighter. This isn't magic. It's the sum of thoughtful habits and fresh perspectives woven through the fabric of your days. Your thankful spirit grows like a sheltering tree, offering comfort and clarity even when life is uncertain. Let today mark the start of your nurturing practice. Select a ritual that feels manageable, a daily gratitude reflection, a kind word to someone, or even writing what you are grateful for on a sticky note, and placing it where you'll see it often. Begin today, and know that you are adding to a foundation that will enrich your life for years to come. These early steps may feel small, but they will strengthen your spirit in ways you cannot yet imagine. As you prepare to continue this journey, get ready to turn inward in the next chapter, where you'll learn methods for growing joy from within and cultivating happiness that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Remember, the journey toward gratitude is ongoing and uniquely yours. If you found value so far, subscribe to Intentional Prosperity for more uplifting guidance, hit the like button, and share your thoughts or tips for nurturing gratitude in your own life. With every effort, you're nourishing not only a new habit, but a new possibility for happiness and fulfillment. Chapter 3. Growing Joy from Within. Have you ever paused to wonder why some people seem to carry a quiet happiness wherever they go, even when life is far from perfect? Imagine for a moment the possibility of waking up feeling genuinely joyful, not just when things are going your way, but from somewhere deeper inside. This chapter invites you to believe that authentic happiness does not rely on chance, luck, or the shifting circumstances around you. Instead, it grows from the inside out, rooted in the choices you make and the perspectives you cultivate each day. Just as a tree flourishes by drawing strength from its own solid roots, you have the remarkable ability to nurture enduring joy from within, regardless of what is happening around you. For many people, the idea of steady happiness feels impossible because of the common tendency to link joy directly to external events, accomplishments, or milestones. You might catch yourself feeling cheered by new achievements or special occasions, only to have these feelings evaporate as setbacks or routine frustrations soon follow. Perhaps you compare your life to the highlight reels of others, and that comparison leaves you feeling always a step behind, searching for joy but never quite capturing it in any lasting way. Stress, disappointment, and the noise of daily responsibilities can all drown out moments of delight, making genuine, sustainable happiness seem hopelessly out of reach. The pressure to chase the next best thing only amplifies the discontent, turning even success into another fleeting moment rather than a lasting sense of joy. This constant loop of seeking external fixes for internal happiness is both draining and discouraging. But true joy, the kind that endures through highs and lows, begins not when everything is perfect outside, but when you learn to nurture and protect it inside yourself. The solution to this modern dilemma is a gentle but powerful shift in focus, moving from the endless search for outer sources of pleasure to the deliberate cultivation of inner fulfillment. At first, this idea may sound elusive or even overly simplistic, but building a habit of looking within for happiness is a practical and empowering form of self-care that anyone can learn. Cultivating joy from within means learning to savor moments fully, embrace gratitude, and recognize your intrinsic worth, regardless of your current circumstances. It asks you to celebrate small victories, honor your values, and nurture the parts of yourself that are resilient and creative. When you direct your attention inward, honoring your needs, reflecting on positive experiences, and reminding yourself of your strengths, you begin to see that happiness is less about shaping the world to your will, and more about allowing yourself to see and appreciate what is already growing quietly inside you. With patience and practice, this approach unlocks a lasting sense of well-being. You become more grounded, less reliant on the unpredictable turns of life to dictate your mood, and more able to weather challenges with hope and optimism. The pathway to a joyful, fulfilled life truly begins when you decide to grow your happiness from within, discovering its power in every ordinary day. To grow joy from within, begin with the practice of mindful presence. Set aside just a few minutes each day to slow down and notice what you're experiencing right now, without judgment or distraction. For instance, focus your attention on your breath as you sit quietly, feel the warmth of your tea in your hands, or simply listen to the sounds around you. Notice the comfort in the stillness and the small sense of relief that comes when you give yourself permission to just be. This mindful awareness, practiced regularly, helps untangle your mood from outside chaos and anchors your happiness to something steady inside. Next, embrace the habit of celebrating small victories and moments of progress, even when they seem minor. A real-life example might be the parent who feels overwhelmed by a long to-do list, but chooses to pause at the end of the day and acknowledge one meaningful conversation they had with their child. Or consider a student who, while struggling with a challenging subject, decides to dwell for a moment on one concept they finally understood, savoring the satisfaction of that step forward. Each conscious recognition, no matter how humble, adds a drop to your internal well of joy, reminding you of your capability and worth. Include in your routine deliberate reflections on gratitude, big or small. This might mean recalling 5 things that brought light to your day as you journal before bed, or expressing a genuine word of thanks to someone who impacted you, even in passing. Visible reminders, such as a sticky note on your mirror with one reason to be grateful, nudge your thoughts toward abundance amidst daily pressures. These moments of acknowledgement start to rewire your perception so that joy feels like a natural outgrowth rather than an unexpected guest. As you integrate these steps, the transformation will become unmistakable. Gradually, you'll find yourself less shaken by small setbacks and more steady, even on days filled with uncertainty. Relishing ordinary pleasure becomes second nature, and the highs and lows of life feel easier to manage. This kind of joy does not vanish the moment a challenge arises. Instead, it serves as a buffer, helping you bounce back with resilience and optimism. Relationships may deepen as you share genuine moments of happiness and gratitude, strengthening your support network and lifting others along with you. To start, challenge yourself for 1 week to practice mindful presence each morning. Name a small victory before sleeping, and look for at least one reason to be grateful every day. Reflect on how you feel after a few days. Has your mood shifted even slightly? Notice which techniques resonate with you most and carry them forward. Growing your joy from within isn't a race. Each nurturing action is another step toward lasting fulfillment. The journey is ongoing, and every day is a new opportunity to deepen your roots and reach for a more joyful life. As we leave the soil of inner happiness behind for now, prepare for Chapter 4, where you'll discover how gratitude can build bridges with others, amplifying positive feelings through connection and appreciation. Until then, subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel, like this content if it's inspired you, and let us know in the comments what simple daily action sparks joy in your life, or what keeps you grounded in gratitude as you grow. Your unique insights can light the way for others on this journey too. Chapter 4. Building Bridges with Appreciation. Have you ever felt the warmth of true connection when someone noticed your effort and expressed genuine thanks? Imagine a world where every small act is not overlooked but recognized and celebrated, and where appreciation becomes the thread that binds us together. The power of gratitude does not just lift your own spirits, it has the potential to transform every relationship you touch. Picture walking into a room and sensing trust, understanding, and goodwill simply because gratitude is part of the foundation on which your connections are built. This chapter explores how actively expressing appreciation can open doors to deeper bonds and healthier, more rewarding relationships, setting the stage for lasting happiness not just in ourselves, but in those around us. The reality for most people is quite different, however. Many have experienced the sting of feeling unappreciated at home, at work, or in friendships. It's common to fall into routines where kindnesses go unnoticed and people start expecting support from those closest to them, rather than recognizing these gifts with conscious gratitude. You might recognize times when you've invested energy and care into others, perhaps by listening, helping out in a crisis, or quietly supporting a project, yet walked away unseen or unacknowledged. Over time, these missed opportunities for recognizing one another's value can lead to feelings of loneliness, resentment, or emotional distance, even among those we care for most deeply. The modern pace of life tends to magnify this challenge as we become busier, our gestures half-hearted, and our words hurried or insincere. It is a quietly painful pattern, but there is a powerful antidote. The solution lies in using gratitude as a bridge, a way to reach out and reconnect by making appreciation intentional and visible. When you choose to see and affirm the goodness in others, large or small, you lay the groundwork for authentic closeness. Instead of viewing appreciation as an afterthought or a social nicety, treat it as a deliberate act that breathes fresh energy into your relationships. Begin with something as simple as a heartfelt thank you, a note, or a moment when you pause and truly notice someone else's effort or kindness. By taking these conscious steps, you signal to others that they matter and are seen, a fundamental human need that everyone shares. The core idea is that relationships, like gardens, need cultivation. Even one act of thoughtful appreciation can break down old walls and invite warmth, cooperation, and trust. Over time, repeated expressions of gratitude nurture a safe emotional space where people feel free to share, give, and collaborate without fear of being taken for granted. As you integrate this skill into your daily interactions, you become a source of positive energy, sparking subtle yet significant changes in your network of connections. Trust and joy expand with every bridge you build, proving that gratitude, shared and spoken, really can transform your world into a welcoming place of support, respect, and lasting happiness. To truly build bridges with appreciation, start by making the act of noticing others a daily discipline. Rather than letting moments of generosity or support pass by in silence, pause and give voice to your gratitude. Make a point to observe small gestures. A colleague who listens, a friend who checks in, a family member who tackles a daily chore without being asked. Decide to let them know that their effort meant something, whether it's with spoken words, a note, or even a genuine look that says, "I see you." For example, if a teammate stays late to help resolve a problem, don't just thank them fleetingly. Take the time the next morning to send a short message expressing how their help improved your workload or mood. Or try leaving a note for your partner after they clean up the kitchen, specifically describing what you noticed and how it made you feel. These direct acknowledgments validate not only the deed, but also the person behind it. A second powerful step is to be present when you express appreciation. Avoid the generic thanks tossed out while glancing at your phone. Instead, allow your thanks to slow things down. Maintain eye contact. Use your recipient's name and make a connection between their action and its positive impact. For example, telling a friend, "It really lifted my spirit when you sent that message checking on me yesterday," adds sincerity and weight to your appreciation, ensuring it's rooted in authenticity rather than habit. When you communicate in this way, you open the pathway for honest exchange, making the other person feel recognized in a deep and personal way. This presence elevates ordinary gratitude into something almost magical, proof that in acknowledging one another, you both feel uplifted. Another transformation comes from making gratitude public whenever appropriate. By recognizing someone's positive effort in front of others, you not only affirm their value, but also model a culture of kindness in your workplace, family, or group of friends. When a leader praises a team member during a meeting, or a parent applauds a child's helpfulness in front of their siblings, the ripple effect does profound good. This openness fosters an atmosphere where kindness and teamwork thrive as people are motivated to give their best, trusting their contributions truly matter. Imagine the change in energy and morale when such moments replace competition or criticism. As you intentionally add appreciation into your daily life, the benefits multiply. You foster environments where collaboration is natural and where conflicts soften under mutual respect. You may notice that connections deepen, misunderstandings grow less frequent, and your influence as a positive presence becomes apparent. Recipients of your gratitude often become more generous and open, eager to extend the same goodwill in their own ways, which reinforces a cycle of positivity that benefits all. Challenge yourself today. Pick one person you take for granted and intentionally acknowledge something admirable about them. Speak, write, or show your appreciation in a concrete way. Take a mental note of their reaction and observe how it impacts your relationship. No gesture is too small for this experiment. Over time, look for ways to expand this into all areas of your life. Remember, every genuine thank you you offer is a brick in the bridge to stronger, more joyful connections. In the next chapter, you'll discover how gratitude gives you the courage to challenge and reshape limiting beliefs, enabling you to see possibilities and abundance where you once saw only walls. If this message has brightened your perspective, please subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel. Give this content a like and share your experiences or insights on how appreciation has changed your relationships. Your story may just give someone else the inspiration they need to build a bridge of their own. Chapter 5. Expanding beyond limiting beliefs. What if the boundaries that feel like they confine your happiness and growth are only illusions you've learned to accept? Imagine, for a moment, standing at the edge of a wide, open field, rather than behind a wall that's been built by years of self-doubt, old fears, and limiting beliefs. So many of us pass through daily life, unaware that our greatest obstacles often exist, first and foremost in our own thinking. We hear a persistent inner voice whispering that something is too hard, that we're not gifted enough, or that certain joys and opportunities are reserved for someone else. The belief that our past patterns or setbacks will forever dictate what's possible can quietly shrink the world around us. It's a struggle nearly everyone encounters. How often have you caught yourself playing small or holding back, certain that change just isn't possible for people like you? Perhaps it's the feeling that abundance, whether of love, happiness, or success, is always just outside your reach, accessible to others but somehow not to you. These feelings might have roots in memories of failure, hurtful words from others, or simply the learned habit of expecting disappointment. Even as you strive for growth or happiness, that old programming can act like a heavy anchor, present in your most important decisions and reactions. The resulting frustration intensifies when even moments of gratitude seem brief, slipping away as negative thought patterns quickly fill the empty space. But there's another path. One that begins when you use the momentum of gratitude to gently question and expand beyond your limiting beliefs. What would happen if instead of accepting each "I can't" as fact, you let thankfulness become a lens, shining light on what is possible right now and what has already been achieved? This shift doesn't require you to deny difficulties or force false optimism. Instead, it invites you to honestly acknowledge challenges while choosing to focus on real progress, lessons learned, and strengths gained in the process. Gratitude strengthens your ability to see doors where there once were only walls, transforming setbacks into stepping stones for growth. The core idea here is simple yet profound. When you regularly practice gratitude, you train your mind to identify what is working, what support exists, and what internal resources you already possess. This changed focus gradually erodes the foundations of limiting beliefs, replacing "I never" or "I can't" with "I once did," and even "I could try." Suddenly, possibilities multiply. When you recognize and celebrate your ability to overcome previous challenges, you invite a spirit of courage to test new ground. As this pattern takes root, life expands beyond old boundaries, opening the way not just for hope, but for real action, personal achievement, and rich fulfillment. Gratitude, then, becomes the tool that gently chips away at confining beliefs, revealing wide vistas of opportunity waiting on the other side of what you thought was possible. To put the expansion beyond limiting beliefs into real practice, begin by intentionally tuning in to the beliefs that whisper "not enough" or "can't do" in your daily life. The first step is to catch those subtle, automatic thoughts as they arise. Perhaps in the quiet frustration before a difficult task, or the self-doubt before reaching out to someone new. Rather than simply accepting and repeating them, ask yourself, where did this belief come from? What evidence do I have that it must always be true? This moment of awareness is crucial because you cannot shift what you refuse to see. Create a simple journal or note on your phone where you jot down limiting thoughts as they appear, along with what triggered them. Next, use gratitude as your lens to see beyond these barriers. Each time you recognize an old restrictive thought, pause and search for a counter-example drawn from your own experience. Sometime when you stretched a little further, found help where you least expected it, or recovered from a setback at first felt impossible. For instance, if your inner critic claims you're not good at meeting new people, reflect instead on a memory when someone responded kindly to your introduction, or when you built an unexpected friendship. By listing specific events you're grateful for, even if small, you map new routes out of old patterns. Revisit the list when self-doubt returns, using these memories as evidence that your limits can move. The process gains even more strength when you begin actively reframing the stories you tell yourself. Try replacing one fixed negative statement, "I always fail at this," with a gratitude-inspired perspective. "I'm grateful I learned a new skill last time, even though it was hard," or "I appreciate my willingness to try again." Over time, the new narrative feels truer and more hopeful, feeding your willingness to take risks and experiment. Consider the story of a professional who once believed they couldn't handle public speaking. By acknowledging the small audiences they did connect with and expressing gratitude for each attempt, they developed newfound confidence, eventually accepting public speaking opportunities once considered unthinkable. Applying these actions will bring a range of powerful transformations. You will notice an increase in courage and resiliency, finding yourself less afraid of failure and more open to growth. Goals that seemed unreachable slowly become attainable as consistent gratitude invites a larger perspective. Relationships often improve too, because believing you are worthy and capable attracts positive energy and collaboration. The self-trust that emerges is deeply satisfying. Each limiting belief that falls away broadens the horizon of possibility and makes your sense of personal freedom stronger. Now challenge yourself to apply this practice every day. When you catch a limiting thought, pause and write one memory or personal victory that proves otherwise, no matter how small. Read this growing list often and allow gratitude to increase your willingness to try something new. Every single step you take beyond a limiting belief is both a moment to celebrate and an invitation to keep exploring who you're becoming. Growth is rarely instant, but it always starts with a shift in awareness and the courage to thank yourself for each risk you take. In the next chapter, you'll discover how to savor abundance every day, moving beyond old limitations to fully enjoy the richness already present in your life. If this chapter has encouraged you to challenge your old beliefs, subscribe to Intentional Prosperity for more empowering insights. Give this content a like and share in the comments how shifting your mindset with gratitude has opened new doors for you, or what obstacles you're excited to outgrow. Your journey may be exactly the inspiration someone else needs for their own path. Chapter 6. Savoring Abundance Every Day. What if abundance was less about the external riches you can count and more about how you choose to see your world each morning? Imagine waking up each day and greeting life with a sense of plenty. Not just plenty of things, but plenty of beauty, possibility, and warmth, no matter what's outside your door or in your bank account. This is not the fantasy of the eternally optimistic. It is a genuine mindset, forged and strengthened by the habit of savoring abundance, right here and now. Abundance, in its truest form, is not just about accumulation, but about profound appreciation for what already is, and the wise ability to notice opportunities, blessings, and gifts, even in the simplest forms. Many of us are familiar with the restlessness that comes from comparing what we have with what we think we should have. It's an experience so common in our fast-paced, achievement-driven culture. You may notice moments when instead of enjoying your morning coffee, your mind wanders to what's missing. The job you wish you had, the home improvement still on hold, the vacation stories you hear from others, or bigger dreams that feel out of reach. Scarcity sneaks in quietly, whispering that it isn't enough, that you are lacking, that happiness is reserved for another place or another time. This focus on the gap, rather than the gift, can rob even the best moments of satisfaction and create an endless chase for more, leaving you tired, anxious, and blind to the abundance right under your nose. It can feel defeating, especially when you genuinely want to feel grateful, but can't shake the feeling that someone else got a bigger share of life's goodness. But you are not stuck. The doorway to abundance is already open, waiting for you to step through. If only you will look for it. The solution comes from retraining your awareness away from the tally of what's missing toward the abundance already within and around you. Instead of measuring your life like a checklist or bank statement, practice the simple but powerful art of pausing to notice what is working, what is beautiful, and what brings you comfort, no matter the size. Abundance is, at its core, mostly a matter of attention. When you shift to savoring abundance as a daily routine, small changes gather into a profound transformation. Each time you catch yourself reaching for something more, you are invited to also reach for appreciation, to consciously taste moments of connection, to recognize simple pleasures, to honor progress, or to find a reason to smile even on a mundane day. Over time, this habit gives you a certain freedom, not because you have everything you ever wanted, but because you realize what you have is plentiful in its own way. Adopting an abundance-minded perspective generates new energy, opens doors you never saw before, nurtures hope, and attracts even more blessings. It's not just about the material. It's about spotting and celebrating the richness already woven through every ordinary day. To savor abundance every day, start by creating a daily moment of pause, a ritual where you consciously tune in to what is already good in your life. Each morning or evening, take a few minutes to reflect on 3 ways abundance touched your world, however ordinary they may seem. This could be the laughter of a child nearby, the peace in a quiet cup of tea, a dependable friend, or even the ability to take a walk when you need fresh air. Intentionally look for evidence that your life holds richness that goes beyond material things. For instance, if you regularly attend work meetings, instead of dwelling on what could be better, challenge yourself to find something worth appreciating. A supportive colleague, a useful new skill, or even the simple fact that you have meaningful work to contribute to. Next, expand this awareness by using your senses to truly experience and savor what's around you. Take time to notice the tastes, colors, textures, and sounds that surround your day, and allow yourself to feel appreciation for them. Consider the experience of a person who tries this while preparing a meal. Instead of rushing through the process, they pause to notice the fragrances, watch the colors blend, and appreciate the nourishing qualities of each ingredient. Even a task as mundane as cooking can transform into a moment of mindfulness and gratitude, revealing abundance in something as humble as a well-made sandwich. Another actionable step is to openly express gratitude for the abundance you find in the people around you. Make it a goal to tell someone each day how they enrich your life. If a colleague's enthusiasm made your workday more enjoyable, let them know. If a friend made you laugh or listened when you needed it, voice your appreciation. You might write an email expressing gratitude, say a genuine thank you, or simply take a moment to reflect on the qualities you value in those closest to you. This practice not only deepens your own sense of fulfillment, but also nurtures your relationships and makes others feel valued and abundant as well. As you regularly turn your attention to abundance rather than lack, you'll notice several amazing changes. Your mind will start to scan for positivity by default. Challenges feel less overwhelming when countered by all you recognize as good. Jealousy and comparison shrink, replaced by excitement for others' successes and peace with your own journey. You may become more present and resilient because you know how to access satisfaction in the moment, no matter what lies ahead. This attitude brings light to recurring routines or tough seasons. You recognize that, even when life isn't shiny, richness quietly persists in simple pleasures and meaningful connections. For your next step, commit to 1 week of the abundance pause, writing a daily note about moments and people that made you feel fortunate. Watch how your perspective gradually shifts. Where before there was only routine or discontent, you might begin to sense layers of fortune you had missed. Remember that savoring abundance is a practice that grows stronger the more you engage with it. Share your discoveries and invite those around you to join you in this life-changing perspective. The next chapter will help you discover how gratitude becomes a powerful ally in life's toughest moments, showing you how to find strength and hope even when adversity strikes. If you find these reflections helpful, please subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel, like this content, and share your insights in the comments. What small abundance did you notice today, and how did it change your outlook? Your participation nurtures community, helping everyone uncover more treasures woven into each day. Chapter 7. Strengthening through life's challenges. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to grow stronger and wiser during life's hardest moments, while others feel defeated or lost? Imagine if, in the midst of your next setback or hardship, you could discover a hidden reserve of courage and hope within yourself. Life's challenges are not just unavoidable. They are universal. Every person, no matter how successful or fortunate, goes through seasons of difficulty, loss, or disappointment. It's easy to imagine that resilience is reserved for the tough or lucky, but what if the real secret to bouncing back was something practical and within your reach? This chapter reveals how the act of embracing gratitude in times of trouble is more than positivity. It becomes a vital strategy for not only surviving, but finding meaning and strength in adversity. All too often, difficult times seem to shrink our world, coloring everything in shades of frustration, pain, or hopelessness. When plans unravel or unexpected hardships arise, your mind may fixate on the unfairness of your circumstances. Perhaps there are days when you find it impossible to see beyond the cloud of stress, fear, or grief, no matter how hard you try. You might feel stuck, replaying mistakes, grappling with anxiety, or doubting that your situation will ever improve. At such times, even the well-intended advice to stay positive can feel hollow or out of touch with your reality. Grief and struggle are heavy, demanding forces, and it's normal to feel weighed down as hope seems to slip from your grasp. But here's where gratitude offers a life-changing shift. Instead of trying to silence difficult emotions or pretend adversity doesn't hurt, you can learn to walk with gratitude through the storm. The transformation begins by acknowledging that there is almost always a flicker of good, even on the hardest days, though it may be small or easy to overlook. The solution is not to erase your pain, but to bring to light the small kindnesses, hidden lessons, or support systems that exist alongside your challenges. As you slowly learn to pay attention to what remains, whether it's a moment of peace, a gesture of help, or the simple power of enduring another day, you begin to change the narrative from one of loss to one of quiet, resilient hope. Embracing gratitude in adversity doesn't mean denying reality or ignoring what hurts. Instead, it is about reclaiming control over where you put your attention and energy. By searching for things you can still appreciate, even in the midst of the storm, you create openings for comfort and renewed perspective. This perspective alone can be enough to keep going, and with each moment of thankfulness, your capacity for endurance, wisdom, and emotional flexibility grows. Over time, you realize that setbacks can teach you about what truly matters and can even help develop qualities like patience, empathy, and inner strength. By learning to appreciate the small rays of light during your darkest days, you create a foundation of gratitude that helps you weather any future challenge, reminding you that growth, courage, and peace are always still within reach. To begin using gratitude as a tool for building strength in challenging times, start with the simple act of acknowledging your feelings honestly. Instead of pushing away sadness, fear, or anxiety, pause to name your emotions and recognize that they are a normal part of hard circumstances. Once you have allowed yourself to be present with these feelings, intentionally shift your focus by identifying something, no matter how small, that you can appreciate right now. This could be as subtle as sunlight through a window on a dark day, a friend checking in with a message, or the perseverance that keeps you moving forward, even slowly. Make gratitude a deliberate part of your daily routine, especially when life feels unsteady. Set aside a few moments each evening to write down one positive thing you noticed or experienced that day, no matter what other difficulties you faced. For example, someone going through a tough breakup might find gratitude for the unwavering loyalty of a pet or the distraction found in a favorite hobby. Another person managing a difficult job loss could notice small ways they are still cared for, a neighbor dropping off a meal, or words of encouragement from a former colleague. These examples do not magically erase struggle, but they shine a light on places where resilience and hope can quietly take root. As you continue this practice, challenge yourself to search for the hidden lessons within difficult experiences. Ask, what is this moment teaching me about myself? What value can I find in this setback? Perhaps the answer is learning greater patience during a long recovery, developing empathy after helping a struggling friend, or discovering new passions when old plans fall away. These questions do not minimize pain, but they encourage growth and open new possibilities, allowing adversity to sculpt you rather than scar you. The benefits of applying gratitude amidst challenges are both immediate and lasting. By redirecting your attention, even briefly, to what's still good, you reduce the overwhelming nature of trials. Your mind begins to recognize that pain and hope often exist together. This shift leads to better emotional stability, reduced anxiety, and the rewarding sense that you can face hardships with greater courage. You also become a source of encouragement for those around you, modeling the possibility of hope even in tough seasons. The more often you look for and celebrate sources of gratitude, the more resilient and adaptive you become, making future challenges less daunting. Now, as a practical invitation forward, commit to a gratitude in adversity journal challenge for the next week. Each night, record not only something that was hard, but also one thing for which you are thankful within or alongside that hardship. Notice how your emotional landscape changes. The edges of pain might soften, and laughter or relief may begin to return in small ways. Let this habit be a foundation for your own story of strength and hope. With these practices, you prepare yourself for deeper transformation. In the next chapter, you'll explore how the gratitude you foster during every chapter of your life sends ripples outward, creating lasting happiness for yourself and others. If this chapter resonated with you, remember to subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel, give this a like, and leave a comment sharing how gratitude has helped you stay strong during past difficulties, or how you plan to use it in future challenges. Your shared story may offer encouragement to someone who needs it most. Chapter 8. Creating Ripples of Lasting Happiness. Have you ever wondered if your small choices could actually shape the future, for yourself, your loved ones, or even complete strangers? Picture a single drop falling into a calm pond and watch the ripples travel far beyond the point of impact, touching the whole surface in ever-widening circles. In the world of gratitude, the impact of one heartfelt thank you, one moment of genuine appreciation, can continue far behind the initial exchange. This chapter invites you to consider the far-reaching power within even the smallest expressions of gratitude, and to realize that your daily acts create invisible threads of positivity that can outlast the present moment and build a legacy of lasting happiness. Many people, however, overlook this extraordinary potential. In the rapid fire of everyday commitments and pressures, it's easy to believe that our positive actions are fleeting, too minor to matter, or to leave a mark. You may find yourself caught up in a routine that feels disconnected, where you focus so much on checking off tasks or just getting through the day that the moments of kindness and gratitude you do offer fade quickly in your memory. Perhaps you wonder if your efforts truly matter, especially when your thankfulness feels unreturned, or when life becomes stormy and people seem too distracted to notice. The quiet hope that your appreciation could make a difference gets buried under doubts and a noisy world that often seems indifferent. The transformative solution lies in making the simple decision to live out gratitude as a deliberate, daily practice, rather than as an occasional or hollow gesture. When you choose to believe that every positive action has the potential to extend far beyond its origin, gratitude transforms from just another habit into a current of real, lasting influence. By infusing appreciation into your interactions and routines, you not only brighten someone's day, but also foster a pattern of positivity that those around you are likely to carry forward, whether you witness the results or not. Imagine the difference it could make if everyone who received a word of your encouragement went on to express gratitude to others, continuing the wave you began and lifting spirits well beyond your reach. The core idea to embrace is that the value of gratitude does not end with a solitary moment. Its true power comes from the unfolding chain reaction. A single gesture can increase optimism, bridge relationships, and gently shift the whole tone of a community, workplace, or family for the better. Every genuine thank you, every word of kindness is a seed. When gratitude is shared generously, it inspires further acts of compassion, cooperation, and encouragement. As you adopt this broader perspective, savoring the ripple effect you set in motion, you'll find deeper meaning in your efforts. Instead of viewing your gratitude as a small spark easily forgotten, you'll see it as the start of a wave, one that offers lasting happiness, resilience, and connection for you and for many others who may one day be touched by your example. To start creating ripples of lasting happiness in your own life, begin by making a habit of daily, intentional gratitude actions. Each day, reach out to someone with a specific message of appreciation. This could be as simple as sending a thank you text to a friend who has helped you, complimenting a coworker on their effort, or letting a family member know you cherish their support. Make your expressions detailed and genuine. People can sense when gratitude comes from the heart. For example, instead of "thanks for your help," try "I really appreciated the way you stayed late to finish the project with me." It showed real dedication, and it made a tough day so much easier. This level of engagement not only strengthens your connection, but also leaves the recipient feeling truly seen, making them more likely to share that feeling forward. Extend this ripple effect by practicing small acts of kindness without expecting anything in return. Hold the door for a stranger, leave a kind note for a colleague, or offer encouragement to someone who seems down. The cumulative effect of tiny acts is powerful. Imagine a teacher who starts every day by acknowledging a different student's strength. Over time, the class becomes a more supportive and positive community. Or picture a team leader who always thanks each member for the unique qualities they bring to group success, creating an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to contribute their best. The people touched by these moments often pass the good energy along, spreading positivity far past the initial spark. Create a gratitude journal dedicated not only to what you receive, but to the ways you have given or expressed thanks to others. At the end of each week, review your entries and reflect on the impact your gestures have had, or might still have, on those around you. This simple exercise will keep you motivated and conscious of the difference you are making, even if you do not always see the results directly. Over time, you'll find yourself searching for new opportunities to give and appreciate, which further embeds this mindset into every interaction. The benefits of embracing the ripple effect of gratitude are profound. As you regularly sow seeds of kindness and thankfulness, you will feel more connected, experience less isolation, and notice elevated moods even during challenging moments. Your relationships will grow stronger with trust and warmth, and you might find that your perspective on life becomes brighter as you focus on opportunities to give rather than on worries about what you lack or can't control. Those around you, inspired by your consistency, may become more open, patient, and compassionate, not only toward you, but toward everyone they encounter. The happiness you spark does not just light up your own path. It has the power to illuminate the journeys of many. Now is the moment to put your intentions into motion. For a week, make a daily promise to express gratitude or offer kindness to someone new, taking note each evening of how it made you and others feel. Notice which moments linger the longest or inspire further acts of appreciation. Remember, every day offers a chance to extend your personal waves of positivity a bit further. Even gestures that seem small to you may ripple out to create significant change in someone else's life. As you embrace this ongoing journey of gratitude and its rippling effects, be encouraged to continue building on the foundation you have set. You are now part of a widening circle of joy, encouragement, and transformation. If this approach to gratitude has inspired you or helped you see your impact in a new light, subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel, leave a like, and share one ripple of gratitude you experienced or created this week in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to become a new source of lasting happiness in their own community. As we conclude this journey through gratitude's ripple effect, how it expands happiness in life, take a moment to celebrate how far you've come. You've discovered the seeds of gratitude, cultivated a thankful spirit, grown inner joy, and learned how appreciation strengthens relationships, breaks down limitations, and helps you savor abundance, even in life's toughest seasons. By adopting these daily practices, you're not only transforming your own life, but also sending waves of positivity into the lives of those around you. Gratitude, once a small spark, can now become the steady light that guides your path forward. Thank you for investing your precious time and energy in learning how to make thankfulness a lasting part of your life. If you found value in this message, please like the video, leave a comment sharing your thoughts or insights, and don't forget to subscribe to the Intentional Prosperity channel for more uplifting content.